there's the rock and roll music. It's time for the Sun Belt Pick'em, folks. This week, we are starting... Oh, wait, we should say this. Jack leads. I lead.
That's big for you.
I'm up 10-3 over 9-4 Bennett. I am so pumped. I think it's the first time in like 2 years I hold a lead in the Sun Belt Weekly Pick'em, and I'm going to look to keep it going this week. Troy, we'll save for the JMU game for last. Troy, Kansas State. Bennett, who do you got?
I'll take Kansas State in this game, but I like Troy to cover the 16.5 points. Not that that's what we do, but Troy, their first game looked a little shaky. That's because they had 4 turnovers that I don't think that's going to show up again. I think they're going to hang in this game here, but I do think Kansas State's a safer pick, so I'll take it.
Doesn't it speak a little bit to the type of team Troy is if they have 4 turnovers against a Stephen F. Austin
I think
squad?
there were some fluky fumbles in there. First game of the year, they'll figure that out.
All right, I'm also going Kansas State because I'm not a full believer in Troy just yet.
Fair.
Texas State, UTSA. Sneaky great game. I'm going to pick this game before you do. I'm going Texas State.
Texas State, they beat Baylor. Good for them. I think they're going to get blown out by UTSA. I think that was a little bit of a flash in the pan, but still good for the Sun Belt at the very least.
I think G.J. Kinney, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Looks like a good hire. Looks like Texas State finally got a good hire.
Marshall,
East Carolina. East Carolina, they don't know what offense is. Marshall, coincidentally, also doesn't know what offense is. This could be a low-scoring, ugly affair. Who do you got?
I'm not going to pick a team that kicked a last-second field goal to only lose by 27 to not get shut out against Michigan. So I will take Marshall to win this game.
I'm going to take ECU.
The Fighting Mike Houstons.
The Fighting Mike Houstons. Marshall's offense is worse than ECU's. Marshall was down to Albany at the half, and they won just by 4 points, 21-17. Marshall might be very bad on offense. Their defense is still good, but Marshall's offense may be worse than last year's.
Yeah, they were just grinding out wins last year. We'll see if they can actually sustain that this year.
Southeastern Louisiana against South Alabama. I think I know what we both are picking here.
Yeah, both South Alabama, but gosh, what a letdown against Tulane. They got smoked.
It was closer than the final score indicated.
The Pratt cooked them.
Okay,
Pratt did bad.
Especially considering South Alabama was like one of the best defenses a year ago. That was bad.
The offense looked good, though. That's fair.
App State, UNC.
App State tackling against Gardner-Webb. I watched that game on mute on ESPN Plus for a little bit. I thought that there were like whistles that were stopping plays because that's how bad their tackling was. Like it seemed like guys would just hold up and not tackle. And I was like, oh, there must be like a fan on the field or something. No, they're just bad at tackling. So I think North Carolina's gonna beat them pretty easily.
I wonder if like JMU, they too did not tackle all fall camp. I think UNC and Drake May is going to hang another 60 on them on Saturday. That's a 4:15 kick in Chapel Hill. UAB, Georgia Southern. The Fighting Trent Dilfers go up against the Fighting Clay Heltons.
I'll take the Clay Heltons. I kind of think Georgia Southern might be good.
I think so too. I was doing the power rankings. They're only 8th in our latest edition of the power rankings over on JMUSportsNews.com. But with that being said, they still shut out the Citadel. And that was a defense that was a liability at times last year. And I know it's just a shutout over against an FCS school where their head coach was saying that they were abysmal at football. But it is still something to hang up a goose egg on the scoreboard. JMU couldn't do it against Bucknell. So I think Southern may have a respectable defense this year. Louisiana, ODU.
Could be a competitive one. I kind of like Louisiana here. I think ODU actually played pretty well to hang within like 20 of Virginia Tech. I don't think they're that good.
I don't either. I'm on Louisiana as well. Jacksonville State, Coastal.
Love Coastal here. I think they bounced back from the UCLA loss, which was a decent performance. They missed a ton of opportunities to win that one.
Yeah, I didn't think that Coastal loss to UCLA was actually that bad. All things considered, you're traveling out west to Pasadena. You've never made that trip before. Really solid showing out of them. Wish they could have pulled out the win. But back-to-back years, a Sun Belt team has gone out to Pasadena. Back-to-back years, they've lost. Memphis, I'm picking Coastal. I don't know if I said that. Memphis, Arkansas State.
Memphis here, Arkansas State. What are you doing?
73-0, and your coach was crying on the sidelines. Next, UConn, Georgia State.
Georgia State's going to win this one. Everyone's on the UConn hype train. I think Georgia State has a more consistent showing in this game.
I'm really upset you picked Georgia State there because I thought that's where we would differ. We've differed once. I thought we had another difference there. I'm on Georgia State too. Their defense is bad, but their offense is much better. Lamar, ULM.
ULM, baby. Nice win over Army. I think they keep it rolling and start 2-0.
And Southern Miss, Florida State. I'm also ULM.
I want to pick Southern Miss pretty badly here because
No, you don't.
how funny would that be? Pretty funny. Florida State wins this one. I think Southern Miss covers the 31 point spread.
Okay, I think Florida State too. JMU, UVA. Give me your score prediction.
I've got JMU 27-17. I have a lot of concerns about UVA starting what would essentially be its QB3, right? With Wolfwood playing baseball. If Musket can't go, you got a true freshman starting in a huge spot for them. Bunch of fans in the stands. I think JMU would stress him out and find a way to win. Even if Musket goes, I think JMU holds the edge.
JMU wins 24-17. I don't think the Dukes cover if that number holds at 7. You can check out the full betting breakdown over on jmusportsnews.com as well, written by Blake Pace. Fantastic article. And the only way he continues to write for us if he only gives out winners.
That's
the
right.
second
exactly
he
right.
loses, we told him we'd fire him.